Okay, now I'm going to accelerate a little bit. We are just going to, this is the last part. Yes, it is the last part of the sum and product. Okay, and let's just accelerate. We just had A and B. Yes, now this is number C. Now, if I just give you this, from 1 to 3, n square it minus 5n plus 3. Of course, I didn't write, but of course this is n equals 1, okay? And I just want to know the answer. Please pause the video, take your pen, your pencil, write it down. That's why I'm just making from 1 to 3. It's very simple. Practice. I know it's simple or maybe not, but it's not the issue. The issue is when you practice, when you write it down, you are forcing your neurons to make those connections, okay? You are just reinforcing those connections. Please, very important. And if you say, okay, it's very easy, great. If it's very easy, it is not going to take your time. Please pause the video a little bit and do the exercises. Okay? I'm assuming you're at date. I'm going to write in this way. Well, let's again start. Let's start with 1. 1 squared minus 5 times 1 plus 3. This is the first. It is a summation, right? Plus, let's go. N equals 1 is gone. It is this one. Now let's go to n equals 2. 2 squared minus 5 times 2 plus 3. Okay? Now, n equals 3, and this is going to be the last one, okay? We're going to stop at n equals 3. Again, 3 squared minus 5 times 3 plus 3. Again, this is n equals 1. This is n equals 2. And n equals 3. And the n, it is this one, this one, this one, this one, and so on. Okay? Now, well, in the end, you are going to see that this is going to be minus 1, minus 3, minus 3. Okay? 1 minus 5, minus 4, plus 3 minus 1, 4 minus 10, minus 6, plus 3 minus 3, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 minus 15 minus 3. And this is just minus 7. Very easy, okay? No problems about this one. It is just plug and play. Now I'm going to bring you something different, okay? The aim of my classes are not just to teach you the basic, okay? To learn the basic, you have tons of videos at the internet, okay? To learn the basic, if you just wanted to learn the basic, you don't have to watch my classes, okay? Of course, I would love if you would watch it, because, of course, but the aim of my point is, my objective, okay, my goal, my dream, it is to try to pass to students something extra, okay? Because the basic, unfortunately, the basic, it is not enough anymore. It used to be maybe 30 years ago, but now it's not. Maybe it's because of internet, I don't know, but poor of you who were born at this time, okay? You have to know a lot. That's reality, okay? And if you just know the basic, you know it's not enough. So let's push a little bit further your minds. And once a teacher of mine, probably some 40 years ago, he told me like this: okay, Marcelo, what is the difference between the pockets and just 1 second. Okay, let's pause a little bit, right? Okay, it's not forbidden to do something else. What is the difference between, this is a t-shirt, what is the difference between a pocket here and imagine this is a human being, okay? The mouth, okay? Imagine this is a hair. I'm not teaching you to draw, right? So I am allowed to do this terrible drawing. What is the difference between a pocket and our mind? Well, the difference is the more things we put inside the pockets, less space we have. The more things we put inside our minds, the more space we have. And why is that? The pockets, it's something very simple. It's just a space. It doesn't have a life in a pocket. It is something dead. Okay, it is just that. Just a space, it just put and it's full. But in the mind, we have, this is the sound. We have the neurons, right? And the neurons, they are alive. The more we use them, the more we touch them, the more they work, the stronger they get. Okay, those branches, they start to grow even more, and the more branches you have, then we're going to pass that signal along with the other neuron. Okay, and that is why the more we use the brain, the bigger it gets. It's amazing, this capability of the brain, and that's why let's use the brain. Okay, let's use the brain, because it's, like I said, okay, this is what happens inside the brain. And just bring a little concept that I brought the other class. Why we are thrilled to go with a challenge. Why do you solve problems? Because it takes time, it demands work. But why do we do it? Well, one of the reasons that we go through challenges, it is that when you solve a problem, our brain may reward ourselves with a small dose of dopamine. Okay, and as you know, the dopamine, it is a naturally occurring chemical that it is important to our brain's pressure system. So dopamine, it is released whenever we find a solution. That is why when we find something, we discover, we said, oh my gosh, and we go telling everybody, we are happy and we are laughing, because our brain says, okay, do this, and if you got it, I'm going to throw dopamine into your system and you're going to be very happy. Okay, and so that's why we go, okay, for challenges. And it's, like I said, the brain is a pretty interesting machine, right? And okay, now the break is over. Now let's return. Summation of just y, okay, it goes from 1 up to 30. Now it's up to you, okay? Of course, I don't want you to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. No, I don't want to do this. I wanted to come up with a solution that it is going to give something interesting, okay? And I am already going to put this the start of the solution, because the solution is easier, but it is how we are going to get there. That is what I am being interested. So this is going to be 0, okay? It doesn't. I'm going to add the 0 here for some other purpose, okay? To add a 0 in our summation, it is not going to do anything, okay? But the summation actually, it starts with 1, okay? Not 0. I'm just adding the 0 for other purposes. But I would like to leave the 0 there so we can start to think. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus goes on, okay? Now, plus 26 plus 27 plus 28 plus 29, and the last one, plus 30. Okay, and please think about this. Consider the 0. It is going to help you. I would like you to see some pattern here, and I want you to do this mental thinking, and you can write something, but what I want you to do is sum this. But I don't want you to sum 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4. No, I don't want you to add like this. I just want you to add those numbers, but try to see a pattern in here, okay? Make sense out of this system, because so far it makes no sense, at least not for me. So, pause the video and we're going to get back in a few minutes. Okay, I imagine you have already made your thoughts, your brainstorm over there, and now let's just go. Well, when you have this summation of those numbers, what I like to do is this. Can you see this 30? Can you see this 26 and this 4? Look at those couples. They all go to 30, right? And these we're going to see a lot. So we have many couples, okay, of numbers, pairs, let's say pairs of numbers. And what are them? Well, this is equal, okay, the summation is going to be what? I'm just going to reorganize them because, like I said, it makes no sense, this sequence for me. I mean, it makes sense to understand this, but not to sum. To sum this way, it's pointless to me. 0 plus 30 plus 1 plus 29 plus 2 plus 28 plus 3 plus 27, and it goes on. Okay, I'm not going to continue. Okay, but can you see something? They're going to add up to 30, right? Now let's see what is there. Maybe when you have reached 10, it is going to be 10 plus 20, right? Good, leave it there. Now 12 plus 18, getting better. Now 13 plus 17, that's right, 13 plus 17, plus 14 plus 16, and now 15 plus 15. No, we can't do it. Please don't write 15 plus 15. Why? Because we don't have two 15s, do we? We don't. We just have one. Okay, just put the one in here. We can put 15 plus 15. Remember, we're trying to make something simple. Okay, now this is 30, this is also 30, this is 30, and so on. Okay, 30, 30, 30. How many 30s do we have? Now is a tricky question. From 0 to 14, how many numbers do we have? 14 or 15? From 1, let's go. Let's start like this. From 1 to 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from 0 to 5, imagine this is a 0. From 0 to 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we start at the 0, we have one extra because we usually don't count the 0. But what I mean is, from 1 to 14, we have 14 numbers. But from 0 to 14, we have 15, right? So this is going to be 15. 15 pairs, right? 15 times 30. Why? We have 15 30s and plus another 15 there. Okay? Now, what is this? Well, I'm going to do this. Let's do all mental math. How am I going to multiply those? 3 times 15, it is 45 with the 0 plus 15. So the answer, it is 465. And this is the answer for this one. Okay? Of course, the important of this exercise, it is not the summation or sequence, but it is how to add those numbers. Okay? Who first discovered how to add big numbers like this was a mathematician, a German mathematician called Johann Carl Friedrich Gauss. Carl Gauss, right? And they say, probably it's not true, but that's how people say in general terms. When he was about 7, the teacher proposed a very big sequence for the class to stay shut, to stay quiet. And okay, stop it everybody, I can't handle you anymore. So shut up and just sum for me from 0 to 100. Of course the teacher was imagining that those kids would take like forever and that would make them to stay shut. But it's been said that Carl Gauss, this German mathematician, he was in that class and he was 7 years old, and he just made something like this. I'm going to explain this later in a later class, but he just made something like this, and in less than 1 minute he said the answer, and the professor had no idea how he got it, and it was funny, but God knows if this is true or not. But at least Carl Gauss, he was a brilliant mathematician.